Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, From Paper on Glass to Digital Workflow SaaS. My name is Jen Diamond, and I lead Solutions Marketing here at Tulip. I am joined today by my sales engineering colleague, Sebastian Lorendell. Tulip is helping companies equip their workforce with connected apps leading to higher quality work, improved efficiency, and end-to-end traceability across operations. Today, we'll cover why manufacturers need more than paper or paper on glass solutions and how connected digital workflows augment and guide operators to do their work faster and more effectively. Sebastian will take us through a demonstration of digital workflow implementation with Tulip's Frontline operations platform. The labor market is not what it used to be. This isn't new. There's a labor shortage, and manufacturing is being hit particularly hard. Deloitte is predicting a shortage of 2 million manufacturing workers by 2030, and that is just in the US. Hiring, training, and retaining talent in manufacturing is more competitive than ever, and it keeps getting more and more difficult. Experts with decades of experience are retiring, leaving with their deep knowledge and expertise, and a new generation of workers is stepping in to take their place. These new workers have higher expectations, often being more tech-savvy and expecting intuitive systems. They are more likely to move between companies and roles, leading to a higher turnover rate. At the same time, manufacturing is getting more complex. With rapidly shifting consumer demands, trade wars, supply chain changes, and inflation, manufacturers that can pivot quickly have an advantage over others. Adaptability and resilience are words that are coming up more and more. Additionally, the work that operators are responsible for is growing in complexity as industrial equipment gets more advanced. Investing in worker augmentation is critical for reducing the risk of errors, downtime, and missing production commitments. For worker augmentation to be effective, it needs to be human-centric. You want positive experiences for operators, displaying the right information at the right time, including visuals and providing real-time guidance. It needs to enable data collection for traceability and visibility. If you don't know what's going on in your operations, you're going to miss out on key insights to improve operations. However, you want to balance the value of data collection with the cost of collecting that data. So avoiding things like manual data entry is key. It also needs to be adaptable. Operators are more likely to abandon digital workflows that are constantly out of date. To elevate human-centric workflows, there are 4 different things to consider. Connected devices, such as scales, machines, and sensors, capture data automatically, saving operators time and ensuring data accuracy. By connecting to multiple other systems, digital workflows can act as frontline interfaces for cumbersome systems such as ERPs or MES, and prevent operators from having to learn multiple interfaces. With digital flexibility, you can display workflows on whatever best fits the situation, whether it's a mounted screen, tablet, mobile device, or wearable device. And finally, computer vision is a way to use cameras and detectors to guide operators, provide real-time feedback, and capture images automatically. By collecting data from operators, you can gain insights that you need to identify and mitigate bottlenecks, respond to downtime or quality issues faster, and improve overall productivity. With digital workflows, you want to be able to make improvements and changes quickly. No-code platform capabilities allow engineers and other professionals on the front line of operations to make edits to the digital workflows safely and with the appropriate controls and governance in place. Shared tables allow you to connect apps. If-then triggers allow you to incorporate logic into workflows. Now let's switch over to Sebastian for the demo.
Hi, and welcome to our tech space. This space is designed to demonstrate our customers how people around the shop floor can take advantage of Tulip, presenting use cases across multiple industries and types of processes, showing the ability of the platform and its integration capabilities. Feel free to take a look at the many videos of this space available on our website, or come visit us. In today's demonstration, we will focus on this assembly station where an operator is tasked to put together a motor assembly like this one. A Tulip application deployed here at this terminal will bring work instructions to allow them to gather information in a more effective manner by making use of devices you can see around us here at this station. Also breaking silos by improving communication with other teams or services. Note that the devices are not mandatory to run Tulip. It only requires a computer like this one or a mobile device to run any application. All the information gathered during this operation and others can be used to provide real-time visibility into the shop floor with a dashboard like the one we can see behind us here. A similar application designed for mobile devices lets supervisors visualize KPIs and the latest events via their phone, as here. Before jumping into the operator's shoe, let's see how a process engineer could edit this application. As a process engineer, I can log into Tulip's app editor from anywhere to update any application. In this case, I decided to come to the assembly line in order to test my change fast. I can bring a button that I pre-built into the application and visualize the change right on the screen. You can see it showing here up on the terminal here, and I can now test it. I can see that the result of this test is successful. I will be now able to deploy this application, test it, and deploy it to the shop floor. As we move into the operator role, remember that the application you will see here was designed using this no-code interface to fit our current workflow. And that the platform allows you to build applications to fit your very specific requirements. Now, as an operator, I can log into the terminal and start my work. On this first step, I can see a list of scheduled work orders from the ERP. Based on my selection, the terminal application will drive me through instructions. I can press the begin button here, and we will see like a first step of station clearance showing up. I'm asked to complete the different tasks here and confirm that they were fully completed. Until then, the application will not allow him moving to the next step. Moving to the next step, we have different kind of work instructions being presenting to us. First, we are tasked to scan the different components here for genealogy purposes. And the pick to light here is also presenting the specific bins to pick the item from. This will prove very useful for like complex assembly environments where production might change and operators need like specific details to know what to pick from and not pick the wrong parts. It's just improving quality. As I reach into a bin, the vision camera above here can detect whether I'm picking from the right bin or not. When I pick from the right bin, I get a positive feedback in the blue color here. I can now grab the different parts. And to complete this step, I'm also asked to scan the different barcodes here, tracking the parts in the genealogy of the final work order. I can now move to the next step, where I'm presenting with work instructions. In this case, we have videos. The platform is also able to provide whole sort of different rich media, CAD drawings, documents, pictures, and so on. I can move from step to step here to get the right information at the right moment based on my need here. I can also declare completed part as I'm going about the process and finishing assembly of the different models. At any time, I can log a defect. In this case, we develop a step that will ask the operator to pick the assembly that's defective, giving a number of defective parts, selecting the reason for the defect, and then this data will be captured in Tulip, generate for us a label, and also allow us to share this information with like third-party solutions like QMS solutions and so on. I can try to finish my work order. In this case, I am asked to first complete all the parts, once again, enforcing the process and enforcing the workflow of the work order. Once I complete all the parts, I am taken to the next step, which in this case is an inspection step. We learned during the process that there were like recalls due to some issues with the length of one of the wires. We decided to add like an inline sampling test that we can perform using a digital caliper here. So the data we capture here by measuring the length of the wire will be automatically captured in the application, and we can see the result here. We're using the ranges provided by the application to verify that we are within or outside of the range, thus not letting the operator move forward until the inspection was successful. Once I get a correct result, the application moved automatically to the next step. At this point, we completed our work orders. I am able to sign my work, use the keyboard here to enter my badge number. A latest label is printed to track the batch as it moves to the next operations. And like all the data collected here will now be available for more analytics and review by supervisors. And that completes the demo. Back to you, Jen.
Thank you, Sebastian. Before we close, we want to give you a few real-world examples of digital workflows in manufacturing. A few months ago, I had the opportunity to visit Mac Molding, a contract manufacturer with sites across the East Coast of the US. The site that I visited was their prototype facility, where they develop processes and digital workflows to manufacture their clients' products at scale. Here you can see Patrick, a prototype manufacturing engineer, working on the digital workflow that he developed for operators. He regularly observed operators using digital workflows and worked with them to get feedback on how to make them more intuitive and easy to use. Patrick also had access to real-time data to identify and troubleshoot issues to smooth out the processes. With these digital workflows, Mac Molding was able to move products from prototype to full-scale production faster and with fewer errors. Laerdal, a medical company, had recently moved their manufacturing of CPR kits to a new facility with a completely new staff. Laerdal leveraged digital workflows with step-by-step work instructions to guide operators through tasks such as picking and packing their kits. The team at Laerdal elevated their workflows with computer vision, adding real-time guidance and automating data capture for traceability. This solution ensures that the kits are complete. It also provides a digital guidance for potential warranty claims and allows the team to identify and drive improvements within the process. Since Laerdal incorporated computer vision into their operation line, they have seen 0 defects or parts omitted out of thousands of kits assembled. Thank you for attending today's session. Please reach out to us and our team if you have any questions or would like to learn more.
Perfect. Hi, and thank you again for attending. So we're going to move to the question and answer portion of the presentation. So feel free to ask questions at any time in the comment section of either LinkedIn or YouTube. So we have a few questions ready to go here. So this is a question for you, Sebastian. When you added the button, it showed up immediately on the screen. This is really cool, but it might be seen as unsafe or risky for certain companies. Is there an option to separate development and production?
Yeah, definitely. So as we showed, the application, the platform lets you design very fast, and that's what we wanted to show in the example. But we also provide more governance layers. So we have a capability of approvals and versioning. So as you test on the shop floor, you'll be able to get that quick feedback, verify that the application works as you expected, and then version the application, publish it, and then you can have a set of approval layers. So different groups and people will be able to review the application, test it, and then allowing it to deploy to the shop floor.
Perfect. Okay, we have another question here about wearable devices. What wearable devices is Tulip available for? So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of what Tulip can be deployed on. But we know from actually testing it that RealWear, HoloLens, and ProGlove are the ones that are, tested and used. But we have customers kind of surprising us every day with new things that they're able to connect Tulip to. So.
Yeah, and as we showed also, so wearables is one thing our customers use, but just like the ability of using tablets and Android and mobile devices is something our customers really appreciate with the platform.
So, so this is a question for you, Sebastian. How can Tulip connect to third-party systems, and what if my system is on-prem and not cloud?
Yeah, so definitely that's something that comes often from customers. A lot of ERPs and quality solutions or homegrown solutions run on-prem. So the platform is designed to extend in your shop floor. So we can install what we call our connector, on-prem connector host. So it's an extension of the connectivity piece that runs on the cloud. And so it will allow us to interface with solutions via web commands, APIs, and web calls, and SQL, so directly to database. Also, our hardware will be supporting this as well, being able to connect to devices on the shop floor as well. So that's something worth knowing.
That actually leads into the next question is how much expertise is required to set up vision or connected devices like the caliper that you showed? And is that something that we can do without services?
Yeah, definitely. The platform is built the idea is to democratize technology for the process engineer, right, for the shop floor. So we are trying to give a platform that's easy enough that people with little technical knowledge will be able to develop and to build upon, right? So when it comes to vision, we've built a very streamlined interface to design and to build what we call for regions of interest on the screen, basically to monitor like the hand reaching that we show in the video earlier, or these kind of activities. So it's very easy to configure and then to interface with the applications. There's plenty of documentations online that help with this. feel free to look at it. We have videos as well on YouTube and on our library pages. And then we talked about the other question was about devices themselves, like the caliper, right?
Oh, yeah, the caliper. Yeah.
So calipers as well. So the same thing on the library page, you'll see all the devices we support out of the box. So calipers, measurement tools like scales. We also integrate with torque guns, for example, like Corver torque guns or Atlas Copcos, using the Atlas Copcos protocol, so standard protocols. So we really like built like a huge library of application of devices we can integrate with. And once again, feel free to go on the library. If there are questions, feel free to reach out to us. Our support teams are there too. So once you build your own application, if you get stuck somewhere, which might happen, right? Support teams are just a click away on the platform to get some help as well.
Okay, the next question is, the application you presented requires a lot of manual input. I don't want to interrupt my operator's progress by asking them to click on a lot of different things on the screen. This is how our current system works, and they don't really like it. So that's fair. I think it really depends on what you need, and you can kind of build what you need based on what you need. So the example that Sebastian showed is very in-depth. So that was an example of like a sample like motor company where traceability and entering like different like lot numbers and everything is really important, but you can define it however you want and have however many like data collection points as you need. Anything to add to that? Or
No.
Okay. So the last question here that we have, but feel free to ask questions, is I have operators with different skill levels. Can I use to limit what they can do and present fewer work instructions based on their skills?
Yeah, so there's multiple ways of handling this with the platform, right? So you can build your own workflow. As you might have understood with the platform, the app editor will you build any kind of workflow you need. So you could design it so that based on skills that can be tracked in the platform or also in third-party solutions, we have customer integrating with a skill matrix solution or skill monitoring solution. Might be an ERP, another solution that has this kind of information. We can use this as a way to drive the workflow and showing more or less information. So it could be much more detailed work instructions or just like simpler ones. Like the example we saw was kind of a pick your work instruction kind of use case, really like less driving. So it's maybe for more advanced operators, while maybe for operators more in a training mode, you could have like something much more like step-by-step and also using that information, the step-by-step information to verify that operators are actually trained. We do have customers who use Tulip for actually training operators as well. That's another useful use case, maybe not on the production line itself, but a training line where they can provide work instructions to verify that the operators are ready and have the right skills to actually move to the actual production line. So definitely doable.
Yeah. So the next question here is through LinkedIn. So will Tulip offer daily reports for a previous workday?
Yeah. So I mean, we've done that, and we didn't focus on the dashboard too much. We wanted to keep this clear, but we track historical data, right? So all the data collected over the day will be accessible. So things like hour by hour for the day or for the previous days can be tracked. So it all depends on the data you collect. All the data collected historically will be available for more analytics. And the great thing with Tulip is as you progress, you can add more data to collect based on what you learn, but also you can refine the report that you have already built, right? So if you realize that there's some data that is not used enough, you can adjust those very quickly in our no-code interface as well.
Okay, great. So I think that's everything for questions. So again, thank you so much for joining today, and feel free to ask questions still on LinkedIn or on YouTube, and we will address them when we can. Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye.